Welcome to this credit card security awareness training presentation. This mandatory training is designed for our campus credit card merchants so that they understand the details and importance of cardholder data security. It is required per the payment card industry data security standards. Let's get started by reviewing the agenda for this course. We will begin with some credit card basics, including an overview of credit card processing. Then we will review some credit card security tips and discuss the fastest growing trend in credit card fraud, known as card skimming. We will follow that with information on payment card industry data security standards. Next, we will take a look at the campus incident response process in the event there is a security breach. And finally, we will wrap up with a review of the resources that are available to campus merchants. Card basics. UC Berkeley has 140 merchants that process credit card transactions. These transactions add up to over $125 million in annual sales and account for 13% of the total UC volume, the fourth largest in the UC system. There are a variety of departments across campus that accept credit cards. Transactions include ticket sales, hosting conferences, gift shops, admission desks, membership dues, publication sales, dining, and public services in the library, optometry clinic, and parking lots. With all these sales, it is critical that we process our customers' transactions in a safe and secure manner. Let's start off with an overview of a credit card transaction. First, the cardholder presents their credit card to a campus merchant who follows credit card processing procedures, including the timely entry of a miscellaneous receipt in the campus deposit system. Then, UC's acquiring bank processor, Bank of America Merchant Services, transmits the card information to the issuing bank for authorization and settlement. Bank of America Merchant Services then settles or pays UC Berkeley for the transactions, minus any credit card fees. Finally, the issuing bank posts the transaction to the customer's account and bills the customer on a monthly basis. Card security. As a credit card merchant, you should understand some basic credit card security tips. First, examine the card and make sure it appears valid and free from any alterations, and then dip the credit card into the reader. Then, after receiving authorization from the bank, obtain the cardholder's signature on the receipt. The name, number, and signature on the credit card should be compared to the transaction receipt. Finally, if you do suspect fraud, contact the Credit Card Authorization Center with a Code 10 call. We will review this in greater detail later in this presentation. Each brand of credit card uses a set of unique design features. Check the first digit in the account number. The first digit should always match the designated first digit of the card brand. American Express begins with a 3. Visa starts with a 4. MasterCard begins with either a 2 or a 5, and Discover starts with a 6. Once you have swiped the card, and during the authorization process, compare the printed credit card number located on the front and back of the card. These numbers should be identical. If they are not, or if the printed number is missing, the card is not valid and should not be accepted. Verify that the expiration date has not expired, and ensure that the card's hologram or any other part of the card is free from any alterations. Once the transaction is complete, obtain the customer's signature. Compare the signature on the receipt with the signature on the back of the card. If they do not match, this might be a fraudulent transaction. Also, check the last 4 digits of the account number on the credit card. It should match the information on the receipt. Please be aware that for security reasons, all but the last 4 digits of the credit card number should be masked on the receipt. If you have suspicions regarding the transaction, execute a Code 10 call with a Credit Card Authorization Center. Code 10 calls allow merchants to alert card issuers of suspicious activity and to take appropriate action. If you contact the Credit Card Voice Authorization Center, you should say, "I have a Code 10 authorization request." A special agent at the center will ask a series of yes/no questions that will enable the issuer to make a decision with respect to the transaction. Remember to remain calm and follow the operator's instructions. Under no circumstance put yourself in harm's way. If you are uncomfortable, allow the customer to take the card and leave. You may contact Visa and MasterCard at 800-843-3812. Call American Express at 800-528-2121 and telephone Discover at 800-347-1111. Please have your merchant ID in hand when making the call. Now let's move on to card skimming. Credit card skimming is the fastest growing trend in credit card fraud and has resulted in significant dollar losses. Skimming occurs when the credit card data found on a magnetic strip on the back of a debit or credit card is illegally copied by an identity thief. Skimming works when a fraudster replaces a card reader or terminal with their own camouflaged counterfeit card reader or undetectable electronic bug. Skimming also occurs when fraudsters manipulate known good terminals, oftentimes so effectively that merchants don't notice the slight changes to their day-to-day hardware. When a customer's card is processed through one of these counterfeit readers or terminals, the data on the magnetic strip of the card is recorded by the thief. This information is then copied onto another blank card's magnetic strip that can be used to withdraw the account holder's cash, make unauthorized purchases, or the credit card data can even be sold to other criminals who clone the cards to sell or make purchases. Be on the lookout for card skimming. Here are some of the required controls to reduce the risk of skimming. Keep a watchful eye. Examining the equipment to identify anything abnormal. Signs of tampering include missing, broken, or altered seals or screws, extraneous wiring, holes in the device, and addition of labels, decals, or other materials that could be used to mask damage from tampering. Please contact your supervisor and the campus credit card coordinator if there are any signs of tampering and/or unknown devices or wires attached to your terminal. Ensure that the terminal has not been swapped out or replaced with one that is fraudulent. Campus departments are required to maintain an inventory list of payment swipe terminals. This list should contain the physical location, model, serial number, terminal ID, and merchant ID. Each day, personnel should utilize the inventories list and confirm the following: make and model of the device, location of the device, and confirmation of the serial number, terminal number, or other method of unique identification. Any discrepancies should be reviewed and the credit card coordinator contacted. Be sure to safeguard your terminal. Individuals with bad intentions may attempt to tamper or switch out your terminal by posing as repair or maintenance personnel. Be watchful for the following: verify the identity of any third-party person claiming to be a repair or maintenance personnel prior to granting them access to modify or troubleshoot your terminal. If in doubt, check with your supervisor. Do not install, replace, or return point-of-sale or credit card terminal devices without verification. Be aware of any suspicious behavior around devices, such as attempts by individuals to unplug or open the device. Please report suspicious behavior and indications of tampering or substitution to your supervisor and credit card coordinator. Now let's move on to PCI data security standards. First, some background information. The Payment Card Industry Security Council was formed in 2006 by Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, and JCB to develop, manage, and provide education on the importance of credit card security standards. The objective was to address the rising credit card fraud losses and to hold merchants accountable by requiring specific levels of security and controls. Bank of America Merchant Services contractually mandates that UC Berkeley meet these security standards. In addition, UC Cash Handling Policy, BUS 49, requires that all campus merchants comply with these PCI data security standards. So what does PCI data security standard compliance mean? In security terms, it means that you adhere to the PCI data security standard requirements for security management, policies, procedures, network architecture, software design, and other critical protective measures. In operational terms, it means that you are playing your role to make sure our customers' payment card data is kept safe throughout every transaction. Our customers should have complete confidence that they are protected against the burden and cost of data breaches. Each merchant should have a credit card transaction process that not only adheres to PCI data security standards, but also the UC Berkeley minimum security standard for electronic information policy. Credit card information should never be used in any manner other than its designated purpose. As a merchant, please ensure that you comply with the following. Do not capture or transmit credit card numbers on the campus network. This includes never sending or accepting credit card information through email, never storing credit card data on a paper or electronic document, such as a spreadsheet, never storing a card verification value or CVV code or PIN number on paper or electronically, never sending or accepting credit card information through a fax machine. In addition, retaining forms that contain credit card information should only be conducted through an approved business purpose and must be securely stored at all times. Always securely store your swipe terminal when it's not in use. Credit card data should never be key entered directly into a campus workstation. Credit card data collected for phone orders must be transferred in a secure manner by authorized personnel and shredded immediately after processing through an approved credit card terminal. To prevent unauthorized credit card credits or refunds, departments are required to password protect their swipe terminal for credit or refund processing. By deploying this control, credits or refunds can only be processed with a password that is retained at a personnel level deemed appropriate by the department management team. Credit card security breaches can have severe consequences. UC Berkeley may be subject to steep fines from the credit card issuer and from our processor, Bank of America Merchant Services. In addition, the campus will face increased scrutiny and tougher standards to continue to process credit cards. And finally, do not underestimate the negative impact to the UC Berkeley brand. Remember, no dollar amount can repair it. This is why it is critical that our campus department partners are aware and follow these security standards and processes. Incident response. As discussed in the previous section, a security breach and subsequent compromise of payment card data has far-reaching consequences to the university, including significant fees and fines, loss of reputation, regulatory notification requirements, and often time-consuming and costly litigation. If you suspect a breach, whether it's system-related or on paper, or are notified of a suspected loss of cardholder data, immediately contact the Campus Information Security Office at urgent-security@berkeley.edu. Please contact your supervisor or IT support team first. You may also reach Campus Information Security by telephone at 510-664-9000, options 1, 1, 3. You should also contact the credit card coordinator at merchantsupport@berkeley.edu or by telephone at 510-643-9075. In addition, please document any information regarding the suspected breach. This information may prove invaluable in a subsequent investigative and remediation efforts. Resources. For more information on credit card data security, please see the UC Cash Handling Policy, BUS 49. You can also review the UC Berkeley Security Standards webpage and the PCI Data Security Standards website. If you have any questions regarding the content in this presentation, contact the credit card coordinator at merchantsupport@berkeley.edu. IT policy questions may be directed to itpolicy@berkeley.edu. And finally, any system or network security questions may be sent to security@berkeley.edu. This concludes this presentation. We hope you found the information interesting and useful. Thank you.